has Trump pulled anybody's license ever as president? Has he actually sent any government officials to do any investigations at any major?
So you agree, though?
Stop.
Him saying
Stop, bro. I just let you go through your whole stupid spiel.
You keep not
Has
making
Trump
sense, though.
actually
kind of boring.
done that?
Are threats not bad?
And first of all, hyperbole isn't a threat. That's one.
Trump
And
said,
hang on.
CBS should
And
take it off the air, should they?
what I want to see, so as Spurgley over here keeps on losing his mind, he doesn't want to get into hyper-specifics.
Spurgley?
He doesn't want to get into hyper-specific semantics because that would cause what we'd like to call clarification. That way we're not talking past each other.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, I just gave you your whole spiel. So anyway, the reason I want to get specific about this, about what fascism is, about whether or not Trump is actually a fascist, whether or not Trump actually enacted fascist policy, all of these things is because you guys, you can't sit on your shows and say, this guy's a fascist, he's an authoritarian, he's a dictator, he's a threat to democracy, and then give us nothing. Just like, oh, he used some hyperbole about the media.
We just talked about examples.
He tried to stay in office despite losing an election.
Yeah, okay, hang on. We'll get to that stuff in a second. Right now we're talking about something else. We're talking about the media. Calm down. Calm down, Spurgley.
That's what's so annoying
Calm down,
about these conversations.
Spurgley.
But Andrew, that's just a misrepresentation of our position. You say that we give you nothing. We're giving you specific things that he did, which
not with the no. You made this claim that
Where?
Trump has done bad things to the media. He wants to pull their license. He wants to take something away from them.
He's threatened to do those things.
Where has he done them?
So do you think that it's acceptable unless he follows through on it?
Yeah, I think that hyperbole is fine. I think that presidents use hyperbole all the time. I think that liberals use hyperbole. So, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. When you say Trump's a fascist, I think that's hyperbole.
Would you?
Because I don't think you actually think he's a fascist. I think that you just think fascism means authoritarianism. You don't even know what the fuck it is. You don't care about it. Hang on. So I think you're actually using hyperbole when you're talking about fascism in general. So when Trump uses it, when Trump uses hyperbole, when Trump is speaking this way, Trump bad. When you're speaking this way, that's fine.
Andrew, you're a smart guy. You should be able to recognize meaningful differences between just a random schmuck and then the president of the
Show me
United
the
States.
meaning.
Number one. Number two. Number two.
Okay.
I don't think it's hyperbole at all. We're talking about specific things, specific examples of things that Trump has either done or threatened to do.
Like he said, Zuckerberg should be in prison now. Zuckerberg's implementing policies that are more friendly to him.
So let me ask you guys a question. We're talking a lot about the threats, and Andrew asked about what he had done. Do you think if Donald Trump threatened to kill an American, that would be fascistic?
Well, fascistic?
Well,
Again,
I mean, so
we're gonna
just to clarify.
Yeah, I know. It's really you're gonna try to go somewhere. Blah, blah, blah. I want to stay focused because
we are being
no one's allowed to talk but Spurgley.
Yeah, come on.
No one's allowed to talk but Spurgley.
I'm trying to advance the conversation by asking a question to clarify the
point.
points.
I'm going to go back to what we were talking about.
You guys said he's threatening the media. Andrew said that he hasn't actually done it. So I'm trying to say, what if it was a more extreme threat that wasn't just, I'll pull a license? What if Trump said he would kill an American citizen? Would the threat of killing an American in and of itself, without the action of doing it, be fascistic? And this is for everybody.
Specifically, like he's gonna
if Trump said, "I'm gonna shoot a guy on Fifth Avenue," I'm gonna go do it right now. My point being, threatening to take legal action, we can argue whether it seems kind of a legalese question. So I'm trying to shift it to let's talk about an extreme action Trump could threaten.
Okay. Well, I still haven't gotten an explanation of how it's acceptable to try to block the peaceful transfer of power from Andrew, which is what I keep saying. You brought up the fascism word. I said, hey, I get that people get real bogged down, which is why I've had hours of discussions about that particular term. I came here interested to see if MAGA figures could defend the actual actions, not the label, but the actions. And I'm yet to hear you walk through any of them. We're getting a little bit to the specifics of the media, so I appreciate that. But so to answer your question, him trying to induce a feeling of fear among the media as it's working with his rhetoric, with clear intentions, some of which he didn't actually get done the last time, but he wanted.
Let me explain why I asked the question.
Things. And I'm still waiting on either of them.
So here's why I asked the question about killing an American specifically.
Obama, I know.
No, it's because whether or not the government can pull a license is a legal question over whether or not they violated a public license, and so you guys are then arguing outside of the actual confines of a legal issue, so let's make it definitively an issue of illegal or legal.
Or we could talk about what Trump is.
Okay, the federal government grants public licenses with stipulations. If you want to debate whether or not they can or can't, that's a legal procedural question.
You understand you can have the governmental power to do something, but how you leverage it for the
why-
purpose.
This is why I tried shifting away to something more direct, like killing somebody. A threat to kill somebody is a direct question.
Again,
Well, the government can kill
The
people.
government can kill people.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, to me,
certain
this belies the
circumstances, but
point of
why?
it. Like, this idea that it can't be authoritarian or it can't be fascist if it is within the technical legal confines of the federal government. That's absurd.
That's not the point I'm making.
Of course,
Which is
sometimes
why,
abuse of
again,
power.
the semantics would be really important here to clarify what we mean when we say fascist.
No one's bringing that up. We don't care about the labeling.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up, Spurgly.
We're giving you
Yeah,
specific.
but that doesn't actually
First
tell me
of
what we
all,
mean by
guys,
this.
guys, sure, it makes for great clips, but we don't need the ad hominems. You called him boring. You're calling him Spurgly. We don't need to do that.
Oh, well, boring. I mean, the conversation.
I don't think you're boring
I
at
don't
all.
think you're boring.
I'm not.
I just thought the conversation was getting.
and he is
boring,
Spurgy.
but okay.
So, but anyway.
Oh, call me whatever. I
So
just want you to answer that
I'm like, I'm actually happy to dive into this. You say that I'm avoiding your questions. I'm not. First of all, I'll answer them directly.
Sure.
It's well within Trump's rights, even if it was. Let's just say you were right. Let's just say I grant it. It's within his rights to set alternatives electors. He's well within his rights to do that. Tell me why that's even wrong.
Aren't people being prosecuted in states for participating in this scheme?
Who?
Is
The fake
The fake electors.
Ooh.
In all
Wait,
seven.
I got a question. Does the law prescribe morality?
No.
Wait, you said the right. Do you mean legal right or
trying to-
moral
Yes or
right?
no
All right.
question.
Well,
Don't get mad about it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it wasn't, man. No, I thought it was a good question. I was just.
So what's actually wrong with it?
So
Why is it even problematic?
because he didn't win the election.
So let's just say he didn't.
Okay. Well, then agree.
Stop,
then.
stop,
Agree.
stop, Spurgly. Let's just say he
Agree.
didn't. Let's just assume
Kamala?
it.
Just
Stop,
like Kamala?
Spurgly.
Could Kamala
Let's
have
just can I have a back and forth for
The election
2
was stolen.
seconds
I mean,
without you nipping my
This
heels.
is interesting that
Spurgly.
we're even on this. Like, the election was stolen, guys. That is why
the 2024 election?
the 2020 election.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. So subscribe and come hang out.